My favourite part was probably the way that you sped up the film, because it really helped work with the music, and also the use of props, which I thought was really clever, and it made it a lot of fun and really quite light. I think that the narrative worked very well with the song, because the song itself is very light-hearted, and it's all about a relationship, which you can clearly see through the video.
I think the video is a very original idea, and it would fit in really well with the target audience. I think the target audience would really enjoy it. I can really see it being on channels such as 4Music. The colours are very vibrant, the editing is very exciting. It's not all one pace, there's lots of different paces. It speeds up, it slows down. It links to the style that you have. It links to the digipack very well. It's got a good narrative, the narrative makes it more exciting, and you want to carry on watching it. You don't just want to stop halfway through or listen to the song without watching the video. So the visuals link well to the music and the lyrics, and I really like it.
I really liked watching the video. It was like, as the tempo went up, it sort of matched what was happening in the video, and then at the end obviously it slowed off again and you had the candle going up. And the only thing I would say is because it was dark, obviously it was a little bit grainy, but the homemade video kind of suited it, because it kind of made it feel more personal to the character that was obviously singing about the girl that he was in love with. At the beginning, where they were all coming out of the car, and it was sort of like one after the other, it almost looked like they were all in the back, like a clown car. Sort of added the fun to it, and then the colours from the hat and the drinks, and sort of made it more lively, which also matched the song because it's quite upbeat.
I really like the music video, and I really like the main guy in it. I'm very much related to the story, the love thing,
yeah.
And I really thought the way it ended with the lantern was really nice.
The feedback that we got obviously was very useful, because then it helped us to notice things that obviously we'd missed out, but then we knew exactly what we were going to do the next time we went back. But they also said about things that they liked. Some people said about they liked the car sequence at the beginning, and the lantern part at the end was quite effective, and also how clear at some points that the narrative was, that you could follow the story, what was going on, who was who. And also, one main thing I think we were asked to improve on was the variety of shots we had the first time we came back, because a lot of them were very dead on. But then after gaining this feedback, we were able to go back, try different ones, higher, lower, 180 degrees and things like that, which again improved the whole video because it made it more interesting. You're seeing it at many different angles, and therefore you pick up the whole experience of the video, which is why we found it so vital that we had to have audience feedback throughout the making of the video.
Overall, I think that we have learnt that our music video really relates to our target audience through the use of having a party and having similar age actors in the video. Some people commented on the grainy quality of the music video, and I feel if we shot it again, we would perhaps shoot the entire video in the day and edit the lighting, or use another location, such as an ordinary house where we could easily control the lighting. People have commented on the fact that they like the home video style to the video, which we feel was a good positive to come out of the fact we had a lot of lighting and camera issues. When we originally asked people what they look for in a music video, they said narrative, people having fun and an interesting video. After adding a narrative in the video, we had a great response from people, and they said it linked directly to the lyrics and was clear and interesting. I think the narrative added a strong element to the video and made it a lot more fun. A lot goes on throughout the storyline, moving around and doing a lot of different activities like hide and seek, taking shots, playing with props, partying in the caravan and playing with silly string. We had a lot of positive feedback on the fact that the video never really gets boring as so much happens. We had some negative feedback saying that we didn't use that many different types of shots. We've tried to get that many shots as we could, but I feel we made up for this mistake by using a lot of creativity throughout the storyline. The audience also said that the fast-paced editing really fitted with our song and created a dynamic pace and feel to the video. Overall, I think the audience agreed that it fitted with our indie pop genre and it was perfect for our target audience, but that we could have done with better lighting, slightly more camera angles and perhaps more cast to make it seem like an actual party.
We found from our audience feedback that the idea of using fast-paced editing worked well, as it brought the speed up and made it have more of a fun appeal about it, which linked with the whole genre and our chosen style. They also said they liked the idea of the love story and how it would jump back into it from the party scene, so it wasn't as boring to watch. The two storylines made it more interesting. Made it more interesting. They also liked the idea of setting it at night time, setting it at night time with the party feel, which they thought linked with our age group of, say, 18 to 20. Because as we used 18 to 20, they could relate to it as a party. They also liked the idea of using props and props in it to add more of a fun atmosphere, and only having minimal lighting on the hand camera made it feel as though it was just an amateur film, which is what we were trying to get at with the whole young age group.
Our audience feedback allowed us to discover what our target audience, which was teenagers and young adults, liked and enjoyed in music videos. We discovered that most people liked a narrative in music videos, especially love stories, and they preferred them to be fun and upbeat rather than the slower kind of ones that you can get. We took this information and used it directly in our music videos to ensure that we were meeting our target audience's needs and demands. When we showed our music video to our peers through social networking sites, we discovered that they preferred the narrative to be a bit simpler and easy to follow, something which therefore during the editing process we made sure to incorporate into our video, making sure that our narrative was simple and not too complicated. Overall, our audience feedback allowed us to ensure that our music video fitted the needs and desires of our target audience, to ensure that our music video would be well received and realistic.
When it came to using new media technologies, we had some experience of using iMovie from AS last year, but I think we've extended our knowledge on that this year because iMovie, we've had to use it so much obviously for the editing of the video, using different effects on iMovie, speeding things up, slowing things down, we found useful because we used a lot of tempo changes, the speed of the video, we used a lot of different speeds in that. Also, the research and planning, we used some software called Prezi that's available on the internet, and it's very similar to a PowerPoint presentation, but you can have different styles and themes and effects, and you can place pictures around, move it around, so that way it becomes more interesting for people who are viewing the blog, so they don't just have to read one solid page of writing, you know, they get a bit of movement, you know, a bit of new technology which kind of draws more people in. Also, using cameras was obviously a very important part, you know, being able to put them on different HD settings that would work with the computers, you know, putting them at different levels, how we get to keep them there. And also, one thing that was quite important was lighting, because obviously most of our video is set in the night time, in the evening going into the night. So the first time we had some lights with umbrellas that we used to film some certain scenes to light them quite well. And also we had a small light that we could attach to the camera that we could use for close-ups, you know, 2 shots, high-angled shots as well. And because the light was quite bright, it lit it quite well, but then you could also tell that it was during the night as well. So we had the equal balance of light. And that's how we kind of got different media technologies within the construction and research, and also the planning as well.